Hello, YouTube. We are watching Bitcoin as it just did its breakout from over the 16K line. So we had, I did this stream once before, but I had some technical issues, so I need to do it again. So what we had was this line going through here, through the 16K, and earlier today we had this line going from down here. Let's adjust that a little bit upwards. We had this line going from here, and we set it when we saw that this fell down here. So we set that line. It's the volume. Volume is getting in the way. Anyway, it doesn't matter if we've hit this line completely to the point where we want to have it. So we had it here, and we set it here when we saw this resistance here, and then we just pulled it up here towards this down going trend from earlier. We're on the 15 minutes, that's why it doesn't make any sense. I want to be on the 1 hour, so then it fits more better. So we touch this point and this point on this downwards going triangle to this point here. So then we had, well, let's start from the beginning. Yesterday we had a little bit of a fake out because we had a triangle going down here, and then we had a breakout here. It broke out, and then it broke out again, and then the third time over here, and then everyone was expecting it. Well, now it's gonna go moon. It's gonna test this all-time, not all-time high, but year high up here. And no, that didn't happen. We faced a downwards going trend, and all the way down here. And that's when we set this line earlier today and just draw it up here. And just now, 2-3 hours ago, we had a big breakout down here. It broke up to the upside as we had a downwards going trend here. Well, first it break out from that huge down going trend here, met some resistance. That's when we set that line, and now it's really exciting because now the battle begins to break this line. And if we break this line, then I am very, very bullish. Is then we are first, of course, we have to do some sort of resistance up here maybe, but right now we're concentrated on just going past this line, this downwards trending line for the weekend. This downtrend started early, I think that was Friday morning for me. Then we had a little bit of drop, and I bought some Bitcoin around here, which I'm still happy with. I'm happy with that because I started buying Bitcoin around when Bitcoin was about $1,000, and I bought that 3,000, 5,000, and I even bought almost on 20,000 in 2018, and then I just held it all through, and I bought some more when we dropped down to 3,000 and all those low, and then this year I've just been adding to my position all the way, mostly around 3,000 and also at 8,000, and then a little bit at 10,000. And now that we've been moving upwards, I added a little bit all the way, and so yeah, I made a trade yesterday, which was one of the 13 days in Bitcoin's history where it wasn't profitable good to make a trade. But yeah, I'm fine with that. That is no problem. I think we're gonna break through here, and maybe on Tuesday this will have been a good trade. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Um, so we saw something strange happen because normally I'm very bullish going into the weekend on Saturdays. I'm always bullish on Bitcoin, but on the Friday, yes, we had the expected bull run of Saturday. I think I was, Friday evening going into Saturday, as many people are bullish going into Saturday. But because on Saturday as on weekends you have very low volume, as you see here. Volume is dropping because you don't have any. Most professional traders are not working on the weekends. So you can see it slowly build up to Friday, and then the volume goes down basically. But maybe things are changing now that because I think we're seeing a lot of corporate money or like professional investment banks and coming into the Bitcoin space. So I think that's why we see some changes and some stuff that we aren't used to. Because I think these investment banks have been buying up Bitcoin since the March lows probably, and they're keeping awfully quiet about it. But now with this PayPal um, announcement that you can buy Bitcoin on PayPal, I don't think it will be long before um, the banks really just need to come out and they can, legitimately say that, okay, we hold some Bitcoin and we've been smart and we've been buying Bitcoin for a long time. I think that will happen very soon. Now we have a little bit of pullback. Let's go and see on the 15-minute candle. But yeah, I'm not too worried because we got a lot of time to actually. Let's go on the 1 hour. We got a lot of time to actually get uh, to this point. So this is when it will start to be exciting in a few hours to see if we can actually break this line. We might do it before, but yeah, maybe we can get a little bit of a downwards going trend here to see if we can make a little small triangle within the triangle just to kind of make things a little bit exciting on this stream, because I think that this will be the big move um, when we break this line. If we break that line, if we don't break that line, I think we're gonna have to go downwards a little bit before we go upwards again. But I am now at this point I am bullish all the way. We just seen so huge movements. I really hope we will face some resistance going to the all-time high, so we don't get this huge movement upwards and then fast move it downwards. I don't like that volatility. I don't think that's good for Bitcoin because that's, one of the arguments always against Bitcoin, that it's so volatile and blah 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 blah. Yeah. Um, so I do hope that we take our time getting to the new all-time high, but I think most people will agree with me that we are going to see an all-time high, probably before the new year. Um, and with all this money from PayPal accounts coming into to Bitcoin, yeah, it's just a question of time, nothing else really. Because now they allow the U.S. Holders of PayPal accounts to come in and buy Bitcoin on their PayPal accounts. And I mean, money that is on your PayPal account. Some people need some money on the PayPal account, and they don't want to because it takes some time to transfer it out and in there if they're like in a online business that uses PayPal and all that. So now they can have some returns on that or some movement on that money, and it's not just sitting here. So for a lot of people, that will be really attractive. It is for me because I have quite a lot of money on my PayPal account from certain businesses that I do, and I would like to just have some of that because I don't need to have it all kind of very available all the time. So at times I would like to just have it in Bitcoin to follow a trend or to trade with or to play with or have some fun with. So that I'm waiting for that, but you can't. It's only in the United States it's been open for people to use to buy Bitcoin on PayPal, but it will. I read an article saying that they are already as big. There is as much volume going on PayPal as on Binance. So when it's open for the whole world to buy Bitcoin on PayPal, I am really bullish on that scenario. So yeah, it seems like we're almost breaking out of our little for fun triangle down here. Well, it's it actually seemed to be following the resistance line very good there. So let's see, maybe we can go down on scale on the 5 minutes to see if we can get a small breakout here. So we had bullish cross here uh, on the 20 moving average and the 50-day moving average. Um, how does that look on the 1 hour chart? Let's see. Yeah, there we actually have a bearish cross up there, but then we had a bearish movement. So, but it's still going downwards. So this one resisted off this line. I don't think there is too much to put into that. But yeah, I think that the next one now is just to break. Oh, this candle doesn't make much. This triangle doesn't make much sense on this time frame, but it does make sense here on this time frame. So we have this nice, well, this resistance down here. So we have a lot of time to actually break that trend line and go up here. We're not close right now, but yeah, I'm not worried before we get down here. And then we got a lot of time, to actually we're just one push away from actually breaking this one, going bullish. Maybe first up test. Well, if we break this, going bullish up test here. And after we break through this, I hope we don't get a fake out like we had yesterday. It was, yeah, up here, and we just go up here and we test the yearly high. I mean, we need a little bit of excitement now. We're so close to uh, to the yearly high that I would be a little bit disappointed if we didn't go up and test it during the weekend. But the weekend really don't matter that much. I'm never worried about drops during the weekend because the volume is so tiny compared to the weekdays. And if you look at the volume now, it's late Saturday. People have other things to do than to trade Bitcoin. So what happened now isn't that significant. But yeah, it would be nice to just see it push through this one, and maybe tomorrow we can test the all-time high. That would be exciting. That would make my day at least. So for the day, we are almost on break even. So there was a little bit of a dip yesterday. That was probably the dip to get in. Um, how low did it actually go? It went down to 15,700. Yeah. So the guys, well, it went actually a little bit further. Yeah, 15,715. So around 16,000, 15,700. Yeah, that's. I wish I bought down there. I didn't, but I'm happy with my entry point. I buy a little bit here, a little bit there. Dollar cost average. Of course, I don't buy as heavy now at this price as I did down at the 3,000 when it was really undersold, because my price, uh, how I value Bitcoin is just according to the cost of production. If it's under the if the price is under the cost of production, I'm buying, and I'm buying quite well what I can afford. But once we're up here, then if it wasn't because of PayPal and that I thought, big money is moving in, and it's we're sort of, in a different stage now than we was. I wouldn't be adding too much, because I would be knowing that we're going to drop down again. But now with all this big money coming in, and Bitcoin been around for a while, I don't want to take the chance on that. I know that we are at one point in time we're going to be above 16,000, and so I'm not worried about it at all. This is money that I don't really need right now, so I'm comfortable buying at these levels as well. But a year ago, I wouldn't, or in 2018, I wouldn't buy at that level. Oh, there we had a breakout of our little mini triangle. Let's look at. Oh, we are at the 5 minute frame, so we need to close that candle and then get a confirmation candle before we call it a breakout. But no, in 2018, if I knew about the production cost and all that, then I wouldn't be adding much, no, at those levels. But now it's different times, so I'm willing to wait. If it drops back down, I'm willing to wait a year or two or three or five if that's what it takes. So I'm not worried at all. I'm sorry about the dead air there, but I needed a cigarette. We're not breaking above it. We got some candlesticks above it, but that really don't count. How long we got left? We got 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Yeah, these lines are not very accurate, but this is just a 16,000 line. We can remove that to sort of clean up our chart. So we got a we got a small triangle in a big triangle. So first we want to break out from the small triangle, and then we are going to go into the big triangle, and we might as well just go on here and say I am not a robot and get 12 Satoshi for free. So this is not much, but you can actually on this site here, freebitcoin.in, you can win a little bit of Bitcoin if you're really lucky. I've been doing this for some time now, and I only have 30,000 Satoshi. I haven't been winning any of these big prizes, but you also get to be part of the lottery, and they have a lot of stuff. So the reason I'm doing this is because I think that this at some point is going to be worth a lot of money. So then I can just give it away to someone as a gift or something like that. But yeah, let's go back to the chart. So we closed this just at the descending trend line here, and I don't think it's going to be long before we see a push. But weekends are not as aggressive as weekdays because, especially now with all that investment banking and all those big monies coming into the game. And the PayPal said they will allow other countries around the world to hold Bitcoin on. I call it hold Bitcoin on their PayPal accounts because if it's not your keys, it's not your coins, you know. But for small amount of money, it's good enough. For big amount of money, yeah, keep it on the hardware. So there we had the first candle close on right on the line, and now we have a possible breakout. So I want to see this candle close above the line, and then I want to see a confirmation candle of the breakout. Um, the 20 is going up, yeah. 20 moving average and the 50 moving average is yeah, they're quite parallel, right? Yeah. So let's see if we have a breakout or if we have a fake out. We got about 3 minutes to go. So what can we talk about for 3 minutes while we wait on this? Um, yeah, I really don't know why we saw support down here. I haven't looked too much into that. Maybe it was just, it's not a psychological level. Um, Maybe it has to do with this thing over here. Um, but we were moving up so fast that we didn't really build strong support. But yeah, there is some support there. You could make an argument that yeah, and we have some here as well in this sort of the same area. But yeah, I don't see a strong case for support here. Now we can kind of say on this line there is some argument for some stronger support as we have this low, and this low within the kind of same range, or yeah, around here. So yeah, I would say there is some support in this area, 1580. So yeah, that might be a good trade if we go down there. Well, but then we will be beyond this, below this line, and then I'm kind of bearish on the very short term. But in the long term, I'm super bullish. I've been super bullish now since we broke out from that 10K level. And with the PayPal news, I mean, everyone was bullish. So it is happy days all the way around. But let's not hope it's a repeat of the 2017-18 scenario. But I don't believe that because I think we will go higher than that. I think, I mean, gold have a market cap about 9 trillion. Bitcoin now have 300 billion. And so I think a fair market cap for Bitcoin in this, because with the COVID thing, we actually moved quite a few years into the future. So I will say we're kind of entering a new age, age of digitalization, and I think Bitcoin is going to have um, say in this whole digitalization process. It's the digital currency. People have heard about it. Most people don't know what it is, how it works, and all the technicals. But I think as we get that put into school, as the younger generation learn about it, they will probably know more. It's like computers. The my parent generation, they know how to use computers, especially like 10, 15 years ago. They knew of computers, but they didn't have any clue how to use them. And then, my generation was the first to learn about computers in school, and look what we did. We built the internet, and involved everything that had to do with computers. And I think for Bitcoin, it might be the same thing, that the our generation, we heard about Bitcoin. We know, and some people know a lot about it, other people, but just the enthusiast knows a lot about it. But I think this will come at some point. People will learn about this in school, and then they will know what it is. They will understand it. And if you understand Bitcoin, then you believe in Bitcoin. Because I haven't heard anyone that knows a lot about Bitcoin and how it works that don't believe in it. And yeah, so the 2018 uh, bull market we saw, that was people getting access to buying Bitcoin on exchanges, and it kind of just took off. People didn't know what they were buying or what it was. They just knew it was going up and they wanted it. This time around, I think it will be different, because this time it's corporate banking coming into the space, and huge players, and now they know what it is and they know what they're doing. They're not too loud about it because they want to get it while it's kind of fairly priced. But as I said, gold have a market cap of 9 trillion, and I think it's fair for Bitcoin to maybe at this point in time take about 5 to 10% of that market cap. So that would put us between 450 billion to 900 billion. I think that is right now, within the next year, maybe. I think that's the goal for Bitcoin, um, and then I think we will just see it increase from there, because the number of Bitcoin is limited to 20 million Bitcoin. That's everything that's ever going to exist. Not all of it exists now. I think it's like 18 million something exists now. So there is 2 million more Bitcoins to be made. But as long as the market cap goes up, the price will go up. That's the only way for the market cap to go up, is because you can't produce Bitcoin that fast. I think we're going to see a rush of miners jumping in and starting to mine Bitcoin now at this level, but that will also mean that the mining price will go up. So we seem to have some trouble breaking out from this downwards going trend line here. Uh, we can put a little bit of make it a channel, downwards going channel, just to see if we break to the upside of that before we get to the bottom of the triangle to the support. But I don't believe we're gonna see too much action before we get a little bit. Yeah, let's just make it like that. Where it's not perfect, but yeah, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't think we're gonna see too much action here before we actually get to the bottom uh, of this triangle, this trend line, because there is so small movements now. Oh, we're looking at the 1 minute. I rarely look at the 1 minute because I don't really care that much. It's just inside, but we can have this one up just for. So we had a little bit. I think my line for the 1 minute is probably not tight enough. Then it should actually capture this one, and we can already call it a breakout from Fab. I don't fiddle around too much with a 1 minute because it's two small movements. So yeah, let's just don't look at that. 1 minute in time doesn't matter unless you're super leveraged and doing minute trading, which I have done. But yeah, I really don't recommend it. It's too much technical and too little um, macro. I like long time trading. I like trading over a year, trading over 2 years. That's perfect for me. There is no rush. There is never any rush. And if you trade, then only trade with what you can afford to lose and what you don't worry about. So then you will sleep very well. And if you're in Bitcoin, that also the great thing about Bitcoin is made me very resistant to any moves on the stock market. It's like, okay, I see my stocks jump from 5 to 10. It's like in percent on a day. It's like, yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I know I should probably be on the stock market, but I'm so used to seeing Bitcoin prices fluctuate that much that, yeah, it doesn't really worry me. And in the end, if you just keep your stocks and don't worry too much about the price, and you do the same with Bitcoin. You buy a little bit here and a little bit there, and dollar cost average, and yeah, maybe some really good traders can beat you, but at the end of the day, most things are going up over several years. Even if you have crisis here and you have crisis there, as long as you can hold on to it, you shouldn't really worry too much about it. And also, I think you need to have fun doing it. You need to engage and have fun. Then you don't worry as much if you see it as you're having fun. Um, but I know a lot of people go into Bitcoin thinking they're gonna be millionaires overnight, and then there are some cases of that happening. But uh, often those people get very emotional and sell out, like they buy here and they're happy, very happy all the way up here, and then they go down here and then they panic and then they don't wait for this to go up here and say, okay, I'm gonna sell up here and take some profits. So if you go in with more that than you are comfortable with, if you're that then you gone into too with too much. Of course, you can say that if people panic and lose, but it's yeah, is that dream we all dream of, making that super trade and getting rich within 5 minutes, but it doesn't happen too often. That's the truth. But when this break and we go all-time high, or yearly high, first we need to beat this one. So this is at 16. Yeah, this is around where I bought my last. It's just not much, but yeah, it's where I bought some around here. I think it was 16,250. But yeah, I think maybe already before the new year we'll see the new all-time high. Maybe there will be a little bit of a dip before Christmas. I don't know. I'm buying Bitcoin as Christmas gift to to all my friends. So hopefully a lot of other people will do that as well, and we'll see the price skyrocket. That would be a nice Christmas present. So I think that is it for now. And yeah, we didn't see any. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna wait for. Well, maybe it's if we zoom in, maybe we get some action here. Yeah, there's a little bit of a breakout. I mean, we can chill for a little bit longer and see if we can actually get a breakout here. Oh, this candle just started, but yeah, let's just sit back and watch and see if we get the breakout or if it's just a little bit of a fake out here. We had this one open above this line. I mean, how good is this line in the first place? It looks pretty solid. It's not breaking any of. Well, it's breaking this candle a little bit. Let's adjust this line and kind of make it a proper line. All right, so now we went under with this candle. As I would like to see this a green candle and just kind of pop up above this line, and then a confirmation candle, and we're so close to this. Come on, it's just one push right now, and then we don't have to wait for it to go all the way. Okay, I was scaling right. Um, all the way over here, but I think we have to wait a few hours. I don't think we're gonna see a breakout right now because we had a little bit of an up movement here. So yeah, I think it's fair that we get a little bit of a down movement here, but hopefully we'll break out before the end of this triangle here. And right now we seem to be holding inside this channel, which is okay. And it seems even that it's more likely that we break to the upside of that channel than to the downside. So how is the volume looking? Oh, the volume is really low. It's just that time of day. So I want to, yeah, I'm gonna figure out. So this is America morning. Yeah. But yeah, let's watch this for 5 minutes and see if we get a candle closing above this above this line here. Wish I had some background music to put on. Maybe we can zoom out a little bit so new people coming in can kind of see where we are. We're still gonna see if we're breaking this triangle or not. But I would actually expect us to go down a little bit, maybe break to the downside of this trend channel here before going up, because there is quite a solid support here now. We have it touched how many times? One, two, uh, three, four, and then five with this lower candle, six, and yeah. So I don't think we're gonna break to the downside before we get out of this triangle. Uh, it doesn't look that way. I think we're just in the Maybe the next candle we're out of this triangle. Let's see. Closes in 10 seconds. So let's make this a little bit more pretty. I know this isn't perfect, that it's crossing a lot of lines, but maybe we can fix that. I'm not too worried about that now since we're so much to the upside of the trend channel. But yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, it's better. So the first, it opened inside the trend channel. It didn't open above like we hoped, but there's so small volume of trading now. So just gonna have a sip of wine and watch the clock tick down. This is my idea of fun for Saturday night. watching watching Bitcoin price move 2 cents. It's really small movement. It's a typical head and shoulders, and hopefully a break to the upside. I need to set up a better setup so I can see comments for live stream. I don't even know if I have any viewers. This is I'm normally doing a lot of gaming videos, but during this occasion, because I trade a lot of Bitcoin, so I just thought, yeah, let's try to make a little bit of Bitcoin video as well. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. Probably not too many viewers right now, but yeah, maybe we can make this a daily thing, and we'll get more and more people interested in Bitcoin, because that's what I like to do. I like to talk about Bitcoin, and I like to get other people excited and interested about Bitcoin, because I know that will one day they will thank me. So I got a lot of people to buy in on around 10,000 people at work, and they're very happy now. But of course, that's a risk to take. But I'm very confident in Bitcoin for the future, so I'm not too worried about it. If it drops to zero, they will kill me. But yeah, I'm no. Oh, so we had a huge movement downwards now. That is not good. So let's see if my trend channel is good here and that we bounce out of that. Right out of that trend line here. It looks like we did for the, let's see on the 1 minute 1 minute chart, uh, just to make it a little bit more exciting. So maybe we enter a phase of consolidation around 16,000. I would be very happy with that. If we take a little bit of a break here at 16,000, kind of build a lot of support at 16,000, and then move up, maybe in December, towards the new yearly high. Yeah, that would be very reassuring, I believe, for a lot of people, to have that support at 16,000 and not just go moon straight away. But I think we will get to the moon, or what we think is the moon now is probably not the moon in the future. That's how optimistic I am. But yeah, I'm a Bitcoin fanboy, so don't take my word for that. But I see a lot of good argument for us actually hitting around 40, 50K next year, sometime next year. And I think a lot of people in the crypto space agree with me on that. So we bounced perfectly off the trend line, but on the 1 minute, then this trend line should probably be moved. Uh, yeah, a little bit downwards, but yeah, I'm fine with just keeping it where it is. As we had this bounce, as I think it really starts from here. I mean, this is a little bit of another thing. Um, Trend line we are in now starts from here and here, and we go down, and we're waiting for that breakout. But now I think when we do break out, we're probably going to have some sort of resistance at the top here, or maybe even at this top if we continue. It depends on how far down this trend we're going to go, this channel. If we go all the way down here, we might face a few resistances on the way up. But yeah, as you see, when it breaks, it kind of, because I think there is a lot of people just sitting and waiting, and they know that they don't have all the time in the world to get in. So I think when we first break trend lines, then we see kind of it's not huge movement, but it's some movement. Yeah, I mean it's moving $100 here within a few minutes. Yeah, that is some movement at least. It's not as huge as we had down. Well, I'm not going to zoom all the way over there, but okay. So we dropped all the way down here now. It don't seem like we're going to get a very quick end to this battle of the line here. But once again, we bounce off this trend line here. So if you're really, I mean, there isn't much to gain from here to here, but I guess you could do it. $40. Because we've been moving inside this trend line now, as you see, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So yeah, I guess if you don't have too much spread, you could make a good argument for doing a up down trend, especially if you believe we're gonna break to the upside. I don't trade in 1 minute frames, so yeah, I trade in yearly frames, and I'm prepared to go decades. So we're closing at the lower end of the channel here. So we're down a little bit for the day, minus 0.5%. Let's see what the indicator down here saying. I've been saying buy for a long time, but it's not a very strong buy. So what does it say? Strong buy on moving averages. I'm not sure how this is on the daily. What does it say on the minute? Yeah, it says it's negative on the minute. All right. The 5 minutes. I don't know how good this is. I never use this one. But this is what it say at least on the hour. So it's bullish on the longer time frames. So what does it say on the monthly? Yeah, strong buy. Well, not on oscillators, but on moving averages at least. On the hour, it's bullish on the hour. But bearish on the minute. I wouldn't say I agree with that, as we're in the lower end of this trade channel, but that's been, as it's so small moves now. It's like, yeah, I think we're in the dead hours of Bitcoin. Probably not the best time to have a stream about Bitcoin, but yeah, with this breakout of to the above the 1600 that we had here, yeah, I kind of felt like okay, we broke out kind of early. I had a 16,000 line going here, thinking that we would face some resistance at the 16,000. We did face a little bit, but then kind of went up here. So yeah, I guess it's 16,000 resistance as well, but it's a little bit above. Well, let's soon again to say if we are. I don't like the way this soon. That's really towards the end of my chart, but like trade view. The other features are good. So we had a bearish cross here. That's probably why we see the move towards the downside. So let's see if we can get a bullish cross now. So here we had a bearish cross. Then we had a bullish cross without really much action, and then went into a bearish cross. And it did drop to the downside. So yeah, that bearish cross was accurate. This bullish cross was not very accurate now. So however, the other cross, this bullish cross was, yeah, we could have made this straight if we were into the low time frames. Here had bearish cross, and it didn't really make huge movements to the downside. I didn't use moving averages. Let's see if we can get a bullish cross and a breakout. We almost had it on this bullish cross, and the line is breaking the blue line. But it doesn't seem to be much movement right now. It's super low volumes. How much time we got until we hit the end of this triangle? Yeah, we're still, have a high percentage chance of coming out of this triangle on top. But with the small movements we have now, I'm thinking sideways for a little bit. With that low volume, yeah. I don't see huge changes in the price coming within the next few minutes. It's just pennies being exchanged back and forth now.